Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to make something that I've made once and it turned out good, and I kind of played with the recipe a little bit. I'm making something called chia pudding. You can make this vegan and not use real cream or real milk in it. You can use almond coconut milk, anything you want, and there's all different ways to make it. What I didn't care for about some of the recipes that I saw is some of the recipes I didn't feel that the pudding was very thick and looked kind of thin. And I like a really thick pudding, and I'm going to tell you a couple ways that I feel I got that. I'm going to show you how to make it, and then I'll show you what it looks like thick. Now, one of the things that I like to do is I took a can of full-fat coconut milk and I put it in the refrigerator. Then I turned it upside down. And so this is the base of my chia pudding. And what I like about it is that it, I feel, is better because it makes for a thicker pudding. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'll tell you the other ingredients. You can make a good base and you can top this with anything. For example, if I want to, I'm doing a chocolate version, but what if I want to, guess what? I can also put this in, like put some shredded coconut on top, some berries, but this is the full fat coconut milk, and this is what some of it looks like. It's actually kind of, a little bit of it's kind of creamy, and so I'm putting that in here. That's part of what I'm doing. Then, and I'll get a little bit more of this out. Yep, I got it all out. Okay, so I got that. Then the next thing, and I've already put these in here, and I'm going to continue to stir this along. The next thing that I'm adding in here is 1/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. And if you don't eat dairy, you could use 1/4 of a cup of almond milk if you wanted. Or you probably could maybe even omit that step. Then another thing that I add in here is 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and then I also added in here 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt, and I also added in here some Swerve sugar replacement. Now this is confectionery style, kind of like powdered sugar. I'm also adding that. You don't have to use any of this. That's the good thing about recipes, is if you don't use this, you can maybe add a little honey in there. You could add granular sugar if you wanted, anything you wanted. So what I continue to do is just continue to stir this up and make sure everything is well incorporated. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add, and you could use any kind of extract, I'm going to add almond flour in here. And so, not almond flour, excuse me. You can use almond extract or you can use vanilla. And so I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract in here because I really feel like vanilla extract gives it some really good flavor. So that's one of the other things that I'm going to add. So I didn't realize that one. And this is real vanilla extract, not the artificial. I actually like a little more, so I think I'm going to put a little smidge more. And I'm going to continue to stir. And I want all of this incorporated first before I add the chia seeds. Now, if you want a little thicker, I highly recommend adding more chia seed to the mixture because I think that it tastes better when you add more to it and it makes it a thicker pudding. Let me know below if any of you make chia pudding. By the way, while I'm stirring this, I want to tell you guys something that I feel good about. I know I'm doing a weigh-in once a month, so my next weigh-in with you guys is December 1st. But the good news is this. Most of you know I went to Arizona to see my dad. I was gone Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the good thing is that, you know, well, this part is I wasn't able to stay on my, quote, eating program while I was away because, yes, you know, they didn't have a bunch of unhealthy foods, but I wasn't able to eat my normal way that I do at home. But I ate portion control of whatever they had. So, for example, one of the meals, they only had a few things. They had potato salad. Maybe that doesn't seem like a healthy version or something healthy to eat, especially if you're eating more lower sugar, lower carb. but what I did is I just had a very little dab of it. The good news is I weighed myself this morning. I didn't lose any weight in the 3 days, but I didn't even gain an ounce. So what that tells me is even if you don't always have your healthy food options around, or you have to go off your quote program, the foods that you're generally used to eating, if you have to do that, that's okay, because you can just eat whatever's given to you, but just eat a very small portion of it. And that's what I did, and I felt very good about that. So good news is I didn't gain. I know I kind of went into a long rambling story, but I needed to get this mixed. So all of this is incorporated really well. And so the next, I don't know if you can see it at all, I'll show you what this looks like without the chia seeds. This is what it looks like. Now obviously that is not thick yet. The chia seeds, which have lots of protein and fiber, will soak up the liquid, and that's what makes the chia pudding. So I'm going to stir this in here, and letting it set out for a while will all thicken up, and then I'm going to show you the final result. So I'll be back with you. It takes about 10 minutes for it to start thickening. I'll be back with you in 10 minutes to show you the final result. Thank you. Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. I'm back with you. I wanted to tell you a couple things. Number one, the chia pudding is not that thick yet, and the reason why is because last time when I made it, and I've only made it one other time, I allowed it to refrigerate overnight. It says that you really need, you can have this stiffen up and thicken up within 10 minutes, but you really do need to do it, from my opinion, overnight, so it's not that thick yet. I'll kind of show you what it looks like. It's starting to thicken, but it really does need that overnight time. Also, if you want it to be a thicker pudding like how I like it, rather than the soupier version or the thinner version, I recommend using more chia seeds and using a can of coconut milk, because that tends to be thicker. So basically, this is what a lot of people's version looks like. It's more like kind of soup. It's not liquid like it was, so it is thickening, but it is not the thick version that I normally have. And if I would have I would have done a video last night, but I had just gotten home last night at almost midnight, so I wasn't able to do that. But anyway, I wanted to show you the chia pudding because I think it's really delicious, and it could be a healthier version than having cereal. You can do it non-dairy, which is good. You can omit the sweetener if you want to and use, you know, fresh fruit or coconut. You can do it anyway. It is so versatile. So I wanted to show you one way, and maybe later this week I'll show you what it looks like thick. You can also freeze this. So if you didn't want to wait for it to really thicken up, you could put it in the freezer for a little bit also. So that's all I have to say for now, and I will see you tomorrow for another video at 10 a.m. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.